Mozzarella cheese is a traditional Italian cheese made from the milk of buffaloes. It is a soft white cheese with a delicate flavor and a smooth, moist texture. The cheese is famous for its unique taste and is used in various Italian dishes such as pizza, salads, and pasta. So, how is mozzarella cheese made? The process begins with the milking of the buffalo. The milk is collected from the buffaloes twice daily and delivered to the cheese factory. The milk is collected from the buffaloes using milking machines. The milking process is done in a hygienic environment to maintain the quality of the milk. The milk is collected in stainless steel containers to avoid contamination. After the milk is collected, it is transported to the cheese factory for processing. The milk is stored in refrigerated tanks to maintain its freshness. The milk is transported to the factory in a temperature-controlled vehicle to prevent spoilage. The milk is then heated to a specific temperature and mixed with a coagulant. The coagulant is usually rennet, which helps to separate the milk into solid curds and liquid whey. The mixture is then left to rest for a few hours to allow the curds to form. Once the curds have formed, they are cut into small pieces using a special knife or tool called a curd knife. The size of the curds will determine the texture of the finished cheese. Larger curds will result in a firmer cheese, while smaller curds will result in a softer cheese. After being placed in a giant vat of hot water, the curds undergo kneading to eliminate any excess whey. This process involves repeatedly stretching and folding the curds, which helps to align the proteins and create a smooth, elastic texture. The stretching also helps to remove any remaining whey, resulting in a denser and firmer cheese. Once the curds have been adequately stretched, they are then molded into the desired shape. This can vary depending on the cheese type, but common shapes include balls, logs, or wheels. The cheese is carefully shaped and pressed to ensure it maintains its form during the aging process. The real secret to mozzarella's delectable taste lies in the immersive brine solution. Crafted by dissolving salt in water, this saline solution becomes the cheese's flavor-enhancing and natural preservative bath. As the cheese luxuriates in the brine for a few hours, it absorbs the salt and other delightful flavors, creating its unique taste profile. The brining process not only adds flavor but also acts as a shield against spoilage, inhibiting the growth of bacteria and microorganisms. The protective barrier formed on the cheese's surface prevents mold growth, extending its shelf life. After being brined, the cheese goes through a drying phase that further enhances its texture and flavor. The length of time the cheese is aged varies depending on the desired flavor and texture. Some buffalo mozzarella is aged for just a few days, while others are aged for several years. During the aging process, the cheese is stored in a temperature and humidity-controlled environment. This allows the cheese to develop its unique flavor and texture that buffalo mozzarella is renowned for. Once the cheese has been aged, it is ready to be packaged and sold. Buffalo mozzarella cheese has a creamy texture and rich flavor, making it a popular ingredient in many dishes. Buffalo mozzarella cheese is a delicious and versatile cheese that is enjoyed around the world. Buffalo mozzarella is typically packaged in plastic containers filled with water or whey to keep the cheese moist and fresh. The cheese should be consumed within a few days of opening the package to ensure maximum freshness. Buffalo mozzarella cheese is a delicate and complex cheese requiring skilled craftsmanship. The cheese-making process is time-consuming and labor-intensive, but the end result is a cheese that's rich in flavor and texture. Once the cheese has been packaged and quality control checks have been completed, it is ready for distribution. Buffalo mozzarella is typically distributed to local markets, specialty food stores, restaurants, and pizzerias. And there you have it, the process of making mozzarella cheese.